Hello there people, this is Toby from the Trinatics Academy, and today I've partnered up with Gym Club Solutions to bring you guys a 540 kick tutorial. Now the prerequisite skills for 540 kick is going to be a tornado kick and a knee drive, which I'm going to teach you right now. If you haven't done tornado kick before, then please refer to our other video where we taught you step by step how to do tornado kick from start to finish. Now the first thing we're going to do with 540 kick is we're going to do a couple of drills to teach you how to drive your second knee and actually get the kick to the floor. So you're going to get yourself a block about hip height or so, maybe a little bit smaller. You go cartwheel hand on top of the block, cartwheel leg, up nice and tall. Very similar position to our tornado kick tutorial, so you're probably quite familiar with this one by now. So from here, we're gonna practice driving off our base foot. So we have a slight bent knee, push up onto our toe, and as we get to the peak of that, we're then gonna drive this knee up to our chest, nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, knee drive. And again, 1, 2, 3, knee drive. 1, 2, 3, drive, drive, drive to there. The main thing with this one that your gymnast may struggle with is keeping this leg up tall, because it's quite an unusual feeling taking off, driving this leg up and landing back on it. So what you need to make sure the gymnasts are doing is keeping this leg chambered and strong the whole time, yeah? You need to be so strong that you're trying to pull the leg away, but it's not gonna go anywhere. So rather than going and letting the leg fall straight away, you challenge them by keeping it up tall, drive, and they'll be able to do it. So now you've learned how to drive your knee up tall, we need to think about how we can then angle our leg so that it wants to step down. If we're taking off, jumping and keeping our knee vertical to the ceiling, that's not gonna wanna step over this other leg. So what we need to think about doing is driving our knee up super strong, but as it gets near the top, you turn this ankle and your hip around like this. So now it would want to step around and over the other knee. So not keeping the leg straight up now, but instead as you drive it at the top, turn the foot over and step it down. With this one, if you turn your foot over, naturally that takeoff leg will want to land first rather than this one falling down. So not driving, keeping it here, but instead turning at the top, turn at the top and stepping down. The main thing you should focus on when doing this is keeping your chest and eyes fully forward the entire time and just really making sure that hip turns over. If that hip turns over, the foot's gonna wanna come down and you'll kick towards the floor. If my knee's like this, when I kick naturally, I'm only kicking straight up to the ceiling. And obviously in 540 kick, it'd be nice if our leg was up here, but the most important thing is getting our foot to the floor. So that's why we have to make sure we turn, so as we kick, we can bring our foot naturally down nicely. So let's practice a few of those now, lots of reps, at least 20 reps of this before you move on to the next drill. So drive the knee up, turn the ankle and the hip, land on the floor. One more time, 1, 2, 3, and land. So now you know how to drive your knee, turn it over and land on the other side. We're gonna think about adding that round kick in there. First drill we're gonna do is we're just gonna focus on kicking vertically, just getting used to kicking that leg up tall, landing back on it. So exactly the same as the knee drive, but as you bring your knee to your chest and it gets to the top, you're gonna let that leg flick out. So looking forward, knee drives, kick, back down. One thing that can help is if you get your gymnasts to think about reaching their hand up, they should then be able to kick their hand and back down. If that's too tricky for now, keep the hand nice and low, fall back down. 1, 2, 3, kick, back down, keeping it tall. 1, 2, 3, kick, keeping it down. One thing that gymnasts may not be doing when they do this one is pushing down into the block. Obviously, when we don't have the block, there's nothing there to push down against, but while you've got it, for the sake of learning a good technique, make sure you're pushing down to keep your body nice and upright, staying super tall. So now you know how to kick up nice and tall. We're gonna think about turning that foot over and kicking through this time rather than kicking straight up. So knee drives up, turn the hip, kick, and through. One other point to note with this one now is the use of this leg that's driving up, so your cartwheel leg. Think about driving that one up, bringing it around behind you like you would in a tornado kick, but rather than keeping it here, then you're gonna bend the heel closer towards your butt and bring it behind that other leg. So it's like you're threading a needle kind of thing. up tall, around, bring it behind. And that's just going to encourage it to come right all the way around and drive to the floor. So knee drives up, ankle turns, kick through, bring that leg behind. And 3, 2, 1. And again, 3, 2, 1. One more time, and 3, 2, 1. If I kick my leg really early, you'll notice that the 540 kick isn't very snappy. So it's here, it's too much going on. Instead of keeping that leg fully straight, bend, bend and turn. You're at the top, boom. 1, 2, 3, bang, turn, kick. Nice and strong. When it comes to getting that kick out and turn over in the 540, I found it can be quite difficult sometimes to get the gymnast to think about kicking. So what you can do is get the gymnast to either pair up or have a station where you hold a taekwondo pad right in front of them just like this, and they're going to practice doing the exact same thing, but rather than just kick in the air, they have to kick the taekwondo pad and land through. Me and my lovely assistant are about to show you a few of those drills right now. So now you've learned how to do the full 540 kick using the block. We're now going to step away to using the mat setup. So give me a couple minutes just to get that all created and set up for you, then we can get started straight away. So here we have the mat setup that I like to use to teach people 540 kick. As you can see, it's made up of a few different components, but as long as you can make this up in your gym using either thicker mats, softer blocks, some mats, and something to make you a bit more elevated, that's perfectly fine. You want the mats you're going over to be roughly hip height or belly button height, just because that way you're then forced to have to drive up super tall in your tornado to get a nice big pop and then kick down. So we're combining tornado kick with the drill we've just practiced, kicking all the way through. If you want to scale this drill to make it easier or harder, to make it easier, use harder mats and use a thicker surface, just there's more surface area for the gymnast to land on. If you want to make it more difficult for them, use a softer mat so it doesn't give you much pop when you land on it, and use a thinner mat as well. So we'll do a couple more drills using 2 mats, then we'll go down to 1, smaller, 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 until it's time to give it an attempt. Now you've got your 540 kick going over the mat and the thinner mat, it's time to transition it to the floor. Now, there are a couple of drills I want you to do before you send any full attempts on the floor, and that is going to be doing a bent-legged 540 and using all the drills we did on the block earlier, away from the block. So, cartwheel leg up in the air, nice and strong, jumping and driving your knee, but stepping over and around your other leg. So 1, 2, 3, stepping across, making sure we get that knee and ankle to turn, kick across. 1, 2, 3. Stepping around, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Stepping around. Once you can do it from a stand-in, do it from the turn. So, step, round, jump and drive, step, round, jump and drive. And once you've done that a few times, you can then start to think about adding the kick, full 540 kick, and hopefully landing it. So that has been everything for your 540 kick tutorial for today. If you guys liked this video and you found it very useful, please feel free to leave a comment down below, give this video a like and share it with one of your friends who wants to learn the 540.